welcome to Gemstone Tarot. This is a love reading for kind of July and for Mercury Retrograde. So really it's for about the next kind of 4 weeks. These readings always kind of, I don't know, they always crop up at inopportune moments, if that makes sense. But it's got to be done. I just feel like I have to do it today. So this is obviously for maybe just one person, I don't know, or a group. Wow. Woohoo! Oh! Okay, a cup has been spilled. Let's just start. Overall energy for a love reading. The Ace of Cups in reverse. What on earth is going on? Okay. Underneath it, oh my God, the Five of Cups in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. For some of you, there is a third party involved in this situation. I wouldn't normally say that, but I really do think it, so I'm going to say it. Ace of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, Five of Cups. So there's been a cups, I mean, talk about cups spilled. Look, they were spilled even when they were upright, and we've got them in the reverse. It's like you picked up the spilled cup and you kind of thought, is it really got a drop left in it? And then it's like, no. Shaking that cup, okay? That is the relationship as it started. There's been an interruption. And then the Three of Cups, for me, is the third party. So there may be either another person or another thing involved. Then we get the Death card, Scorpio, transformation. That's what July brings to this situation, and thank for that, you know. I mean, I'm actually, as things go on, more and more pleased to see that card. Because we've got Death and the Ten of Wands, you know. It was a situation that was creaking at the seams and could not continue as it was. So if it was a third party, sometimes that brings triangulation, and it just can't be sustained. One or the other of you, or all three of you, even if you don't know about each other or you do, can't sustain it, okay? Then the Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer. We had an eclipse on the 2nd of July in Cancer. Sorry, we had an eclipse and a new moon in Cancer on the 2nd of July. Okay. I'm thinking with my fingers is what I'm doing. Four of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse. We've now got the Three of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And the Two. The Two, the Three, the Five, the Six and the Ace. Only the Two is in the upright. Six of Cups in reverse is a karmic relationship card. Okay, that's that. It just is. It can be if you are in the twin flame frame of mind, yes, and yes, okay. I try not to go too far down that line because it has a whole host of other connotations, but suffice to say, okay, yes. If you're thinking, is this twin flame? Yes, okay. Four of Wands in reverse, 11-11 in reverse. This is all retrograde. We've got Mercury retrograde, and this is a Mercury retrograde reading. This was a codependent relationship in some ways. There was some toxicity, and that toxicity may have been the third party. We've got the Devil as well. Now, those of you who followed my channel for a while, I did a random love reading about 6 weeks ago, I think it was, maybe 2 months ago. Have a look. I'm pretty sure that the Devil and the Death card came up then as well. So I feel like this is coming up for reckoning somehow. Seven of Wands, stand up and fight. Sort of Leo energy, okay? It's stand up and fight. We're coming into Leo on the 23rd of July. Okay. This situation can't go on any longer. Okay, good. It's causing anxiety, or it certainly has done. A decision will be coming probably towards the new moon in Leo on the 31st of July as to whether you stand up and fight for this connection or whether you don't, or whether they do or whether they don't, okay? Let's have a look at Brian and Wendy Frood. This is a very deep reading. I can't actually describe it to you enough, but those of you that have happened upon it will understand, okay? Oh, I love that card. Oh, I don't know what to say. Okay, one more. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Right. It's probably masculine and feminine, okay, probably. We've got the dreaming, which is very feminine. The dreaming is about manifestation. It's about psychicness. It's about... And I don't want to give people false hope because I'm just not that kind of reader, okay? But I don't know if this is only for one or two people. You don't have to stop dreaming. In your heart of hearts, even though there's been some toxicity and there's been challenges, and we'll come on to that in a minute, it's okay for some of you to stay in the dream. That's just the message that I'm getting. The feminine power of love, I suppose, and I mean, these are Heart of the Fairy Oracle cards. This is the sort of fairy who's dreaming, but it's also about magic and manifestation, okay? Those of you that are doing that will know that you're doing it, if that makes sense. That's you. And then the masculine is the challenge with the mask. The challenge can go either way in Brian and Wendy Frood, okay? In a way, I get here that the feminine has to take down the challenge of the masculine to make the Two of Cups, which is a fair exchange of cups. It can't be one-sided, okay? It can't be one-sided. But this person is defended, okay, and staying in their defense at the moment. But with this Mercury retrograde, there is some upsetting of this balance. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, that person has remained cold and hard and behind a mask, and this person has remained hopeful in the dreaming. Some of this now gets switched up, and it's messy. It's messy. Then we get the returning, which I'm not entirely surprised to see because Mercury is retrograde, and that's when things return. Now, it's not as simple, you know, a lot of readers, or not a lot actually, because YouTube readers are great. I love YouTube readers, to be honest, and there's loads of people I follow too. But some of us, and I've done it, let's face it, I'm probably talking about my own shortcomings here. You sometimes see Mercury retrograde as a time when exes return to you. It's not really as simple as that always. It's not as straightforward as that, okay? Mercury retrograde, if you lose something, like you lose your watch, or a person, or a thought, whatever it is, or someone's phone number, in my experience, it returns to you within that period of time. How it does that, I don't know. And on what form it takes, I don't know either. Whether someone ends up, you know, busting your door down to see you, or whether they just come back as a song or a thought or in the 5D, I don't know, okay? But we have the returning. And the returning is when you leave a room and you come back and the room is the same, but you have changed. Something about this relationship balance, such as it is in whatever form it takes, is being disrupted in July. And it's a welcome but painful and necessary disruption. It's one more Brian and Wendy Freed, apparently. We get oh no, okay? Now, oh no is the card of mistakes, and it's very Mercury. It's my words all getting twisted and losing things, and also things like bumping into people accidentally. You could bump into this person either online or in real life. Don't go trying to bump into them. Mercury never ever goes along with that, okay? It has to be literally a thing. A coincidence. Oh, Gemma, I can't get my words out. Right. I'm going to clarify a couple of these cards. Not many of them. But we're going to. Feels like you. Nah. Yeah. Third party is strong. You know, I don't want to turn into Yoda. But third party is strong in this one. Okay, now dropped a card on the floor that I can't pick up. For the Ten of Wands, I get the Eight of Swords in reverse. Free yourself. You can't stay trapped in this situation. It has to have this disruption and it has to change, okay? It has to change. For some of you, this person, the Queen of Wands, this is a third party. This is a third party because I've been staring at this card wondering, do I need to take it or not? And then for the Two of Cups, I got the Queen of Wands in reverse. For some of you, the disruption is that that third party is leaving the scene, okay? One way or another. Messily by the looks of it, because we've got oh no, which is like a card of spilling, dropping, messiness. So it won't be how you would want that to be, where someone comes to you and says, I can't stop thinking about you, I've got rid of that other person. It will be, I don't know what, you know, maybe they went on holiday and had a massive row or something and never speak to each other again. It's got nothing to do with you. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's movement, okay? There's movement. Ooh. Death, Three of Cups, the third party. But also social events with that, oh no, with bumping into someone. You could cross paths with somebody with this thread, okay, socially. And the Ace of Wands, that's a very sexual card, okay. I will say, just to watch for that, because with the Devil on the table, the sex connection between the two of you would have been pretty smoking, I imagine. But that might be dynamite here when you're trying to Ten of Wands it, you know, when you're trying to retain your sanity for some of you, and that's given me an itchy ear. So some of you, this has almost driven you insane, and that's just not okay, is it? Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. Sorry about that. Right, okay. With the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups in reverse again. Like I say, this situation with the returning is not cut and dried. There is a returning, there is a disruption to this energy. And there is, within this, some kind of hope within the situation, which I find it very hard to put my finger on when you've got Ace of Cups in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, Five of Cups and Three of Cups in reverse. But yes, we do have the two. OMG. This is a mess, people. When you do a love reading, you really want to tidy up a mess. I was really thinking, well, we'll get some real clarity on that. Underneath all this, yeah. Okay. There is a freeing of yourself. You do need to free yourself. You don't want to be enslaved to this connection. At the same time, don't stop dreaming. I know, it's almost contradictory, but it is what it is, and it has to come out as what it is. Oh my God. Right. Oof. Yeah. Okay. We get some real funky love cards here. Lust. That's that. That's the third party Queen of Wands, okay? That is a sexual third party. Not a love third party. No, they're not in love with that person. We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse twice. But the lust card with the devil means that there was a hold with that person, which was nothing to do with you, okay? Bad choices. There is a woman, you know, history is not kind to women who eat apples off trees, all right? With that returning card, it's very important you don't eat that same apple again. Now, whether that means a different person or whether it means a different you, it means a different you. You can't go back to this the same as you were. God only knows what they're doing. They're doing all sorts by the looks of it, but things are moving on their side. It's a really complicated balance, this reading, and it is really messy, but hey, this is the thread that's coming through it for me. Don't stop believing. Don't stop dreaming, okay? Whatever that means to you. This is a difficult dog to keep on the porch, no doubt about that. Don't allow yourself to be enslaved by that. Don't get caught up in fantasy, because we've got the fantasy card. Dreaming is not fantasy. It's not the same. Dreaming is about feminine magic. It's not about fooling yourself. That's not the same, okay? Feminine magic is pure, whether you are male, female, whatever, okay? Feminine magic is the side of yourself, it's the intuition, it's unconditional love, it's all of those things which steer you in the dreaming. It's not hope, it's not fantasy, it's not kidding yourself. That is different. That's fear and thinking too much, okay? So if you can somehow, and that is a challenge too, stay in the dreaming but not in the fantasy, okay? You have doubt. Doubt is healthy in this situation because there is a toxic history with this person, okay? A toxic history. And independence. Some of you are dealing with somebody who hasn't wanted to commit, and then we get openness. That's the dreaming, okay? Of course, if you want to shut the door on this, I would understand that because this is really difficult. But I'm guessing with the Six of Cups, Five of Cups, Three of Cups, Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Cups in the upright, that it's not that simple, or you would have done. At the same time, you can't feed yourself to the lions here. You can't get yourself bogged down and caught up in this situation. You do have to free yourself while at the same time you are able to keep the dreaming. Okay, you're not wrong about that. I wish I could make it more simple, but I can't at the moment, but July will. We've got an eclipse on the 16th. We've got Mercury Retrograde, which is rooting all of this out of the ground for you, okay? Yes. Oh my God, okay. It's not you. Oh, I love that. Right. That, the altar priestess, that is the feminine and the dreaming, and also for some people manifesting, preparation, prayer and sacred ritual, okay? Sometimes this is about doing things on the new and full moon. So we had a new moon on the 2nd, we have a full moon on the 16th. Then we have the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. Okay, for some of you, this is that devil card and the shadow side of somebody else. Okay, that's the bad choice. Look out for that. And also getting caught up in a fantasy, not being real about where someone is. The Horse King, which is assistance and control. That is divine timing and all the weird astrology in July, which is coming in to shift things. That's none of our business, but it is going on. Okay, so at the same time, I want you to know that's going on. And then this rather beautiful card, the Resting Tree, patience and stillness. Okay, maybe the best we can say about this love reading is this too will pass. Strangely, I kid you not, I see promise under this, and I have no idea why. Okay, promise is not the same as fantasy, and it's very important that we make that distinction. Very important. You don't want to be chained to a fantasy. It's no good for anybody. But also, there is this strange promise. Gemstone Tarot does a love reading. Okay. Yeah, so we have support. Now support can come in guardian angels, it can come in moon worship, you know, or moon rituals, you know, putting out your intentions on a new moon or looking to release something on a full moon. Okay, we have trust. That's the dreaming as well. It's trusting in your own higher self and in divine timing. Focus, that's in the dreaming. Focus on what makes you feel good. Only on what makes you feel good. That is not fantasy. Fantasy actually doesn't make you feel good. Love makes you feel good. Dreaming makes you feel good. Fantasy makes you feel strangely cheated and empty, doesn't it? And then emerging. Things are emerging. I'm getting shoots coming out of Earth here, incredibly. Okay, it's my shoots coming out of Earth, mine. I don't know if I've made that even more complicated for you than it was before, but that's where it's at for July. There is a shifting, there is an interruption, there are things changing. You know, third parties are being removed in strange, fairly messy ways. Yeah, oh my God. There is some kind of strange hope underneath this, and there is the need for you to remain like that, okay? Keep an open heart, your own beautiful open heart. The dreaming, really important. Please leave me a comment. Check out my pick a card readings and my random love reading that I did, I don't know, a few weeks ago, because I think that may be connected. This is a long and convoluted thread that's been going on for a while, okay? I hope that gave you something. I'm not even going to say clarity. Do subscribe to the channel and I'll see you soon. Namaste.